Yes, I ballsed up the interview. The intro. Welcome to TTR. TTR Friday is live. I am all over the friggin' place right now. I don't know what's going on. But anyway, we're live. Billy's internet is about as good as John Sinclair's back door. So as you can see, he's completely frozen there. He's come back to life. Are you there, Billy? No, he's not. Yeah, we'll get Billy back. He'll reboot everything and come back to us in a second. Right, tonight is all about you guys out there, and we'll talk about things that have gone on during the week. One thing we won't talk about, however, is the case with Joelinton. We've dealt with that. That's over and done with. We will bring you news on it when it happens, but we won't be talking about that anymore. We've done it.
Villa 1-0.
Villa are winning 1-0.
That didn't take long.
Who are Villa playing tonight?
Leeds.
Oh, come on, Leeds. Jesus, you can't be losing to Villa, man.
I got Bailey in my fantasy team and I put him on the bench.
But we will start with the glorious news, of course, of Newcastle United, of course, earlier on in the week, making the semi-finals of the Carabao Cup. Me and Alex were there. We saw it in all the glory. It was fantastic. Roy, watching from afar, I know you. Are you going to be on a flight to England?
Yeah, I've got my hotel booked, so hopefully I'll be there.
What did you think? What did you think of it?
It's amazing, man. I mean, we had the 3 easy games in the beginning, and then the first half we should have finished the game off.
Yeah.
Dan Burn, amazing, and all those videos of Dan Burn dancing.
Well,
buzzing.
Funny you mentioned that, Roy, because tonight the good old viewers of TTR have voted that you are to do that dance live tonight.
Fucking hell. Okay.
Only thing that'd be funnier is me doing it.
Well, I don't think that might be possible, Jimmy, but thank you anyway. But Roy Caviani, it is something to behold because, listen, if I try it, I'll need a hip replacement. Alex, I just, he doesn't want to do anything about that Superman quiff he's got tonight. The little curl. He's brushed it away now, but it was there. It was there. Billy, I don't think is on planet Earth tonight. I don't know where he is. Are you there, Bill?
He's there.
Damn, Trey.
Oh, I nearly jumped out my skin.
It was a delayed boo, so it wasn't very scary.
It's a better connection than what you had, though, Billy. To be honest, it looks a lot better this time. Let's hope it holds. But speak to John Sinclair. He's the broadband internet expert. He'll get you a good one, Billy. Let's see. Well, let's see who's in the house tonight. Just before we do that, Jimmy, what did you think of the Carabao? Are you excited?
Yes, and I wish we could play Leicester every match because
be champions.
It seems like, I mean, we have their number these days. I mean, it was just complete domination. I mean, I wish, Hal says he's taking the cup seriously. I mean, I don't really agree with all the changes he made for the FA, but this is what happens when we put a good team out. Yeah.
It's the FA Cup's gone now. We can't do anything about that, but we can look forward to the league and we can look forward to the Carabao. 2 out of 3 isn't bad. I think that was a song at once.
And that beautiful draw. That beautiful draw we got.
Yep, Southampton.
Yeah.
Victor. Well, I did say we'd get Man City, so technically I was right because, had they got through, we would have played Man City. But it isn't Man City. It's Southampton, of course, which is a really good draw, but it's it's not over and done with yet. It's not a straightforward walk in the park to Wembley. Southampton beat Man City. Let's not forget that, and maybe they're on an upturn of form. We just have to wait and see.
No, they are. They're still shit.
Okay.
No, they're still shit.
Okay, we're going to Wembley.
You're going to Wembley.
All right.
won't be there, but I'll be there in spirit.
Well, you need to get your ass on a plane, Jimmy Moore.
Well, it's not exactly that easy when you travel with a 400-pound wheelchair and two nurses, and I mean, I'm not Roy.
Well, how much?
Like not 200 servants, and
Well, that's a good point, actually. Yeah. Christopher Murray, thank you for your $9.99 super chat. My old hockey pal living the life of Riley out in, I believe, Virginia. Ex-Whitley Bay buddy of mine, cracking bloke, absolutely brilliant lad, and I'm really pleased to see him having the life of Riley out there, living in the States. Lucky twat. But there you go. Tom says, good evening, everyone. I hope plenty of you step up to take on the lads in the quiz later. Indeed. We do have that quiz a bit later on. The link will go on to the live chat later in the show. You just click on the link. And you don't have to have your camera on if you don't want to come on camera, but you can have your microphone on and you can take any one of us on tonight. We all have questions. Well, three of us have got questions prepared. And you can take on myself, Alex, Billy, Roy, or Jimmy.
Or Paul.
I said myself.
Yeah, but that's not Paul, is it? My brain didn't hear that.
You were too busy thinking about last week.
Yeah, yeah. Last week was just a disaster for Alex. He was absolutely, well, horseshit isn't the word. I expected better from the Toon Review statistician, to be honest. It was rotten to the core. Trolls, good evening, buddy. Hope you're well. Andrew says, I was thinking about ASM. Is it not worth giving him a go as a direct central attacking midfielder, giving him the freedom to move both ways? It has to be worth a try at least. Well, we'll come to our resident ASM fan, Mr. Alex.
It sounds like a great idea in principle, but we'd have to move everyone else and change everyone else's role. We've spent so long setting up everybody else's roles in this team. If we want him in the 10, we'd have to play a formation that provided that, which the most common one nowadays is a 4-2-3-1. Which would mean we would need a double pivot midfield, which would be who? Bruno plus who? Probably Longstaff is who he would trust, I would imagine, because he's the most rounded defensively compared to Joelinton and I know some of you might crucify me for that. I know Joelinton's a good tackler, but he's not very defensively aware. So it'd probably end up being a Bruno Longstaff double pivot with Maxi in a 10. And then people either side. He'd just have to chop up the entire. And then how would Byrne work as a left back doing? It's just, we'd have to break so much of what we've already got in place just to do that.
If only there was a game you could experiment in.
That sounds very Steve Brucey. Just to try and shoehorn Maxi in the 10, you'd have to upset so many other roles and players and positions. It just doesn't make sense. I agree. It'd be lovely to see him in the 10 role, but it's I just don't think it's feasible with how we set up at the moment.
Would any of you guys like to see Maxi as a 10?
Yeah.
You would?
I'll try it on Sunday if he's not going to play Joelinton.
Right.
Can push.
I wouldn't try in the league. It'd have to be the last week's cup game when he was injured. But he was injured, so he couldn't. Or ill, I should say. Yeah, it'd have to be a cup game, wouldn't it? We're not too worried about winning. You know what I mean?
Fit. We could have tried it in the FA Cup. Yeah, that's fair.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Was that what you were hinting at, Billy? Without us understanding what you were hinting at before, when you said if only there's a game he could have played him in, right? Yeah, I thought as much. Okay. Les, this evening all looking forward to a good laugh. I think we all need it. Colin, good evening. Hope you're well. Julie says I was thinking about Gary V's okay. I hear Brian Johnson has managed to get a ticket to the TTR Thunderbus to Wembley. Lucky man. How are the lads and lasses? I don't know anything about a TTR Thunderbus right now, to be honest. Listen, it is something has been worked on in the background for a TTR bus. There will be, if we get to Wembley, I have a feeling that there will be a TTR bus somewhere along the line. So, right, you could maybe just fly into Newcastle and then get the TTR bus to Wembley.
Yeah, I could do that as well, yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
you could buy the bus.
Well, you could buy the bus. Yeah. He could actually fly us to London if he wanted to, given the money he's on. But yeah, never mind. Good evening, Mark Robson. Solos this evening, all. Freshnera's agent posted pictured in London today to discuss a move with Arsenal and Newcastle. Oh, which one is it? Arsenal, Newcastle. Where does he go?
Well, they've just signed that lad from Shakhtar, didn't they?
Yeah, they've signed Mudryk at last, haven't they? They've got Mudryk in. That's a really good signing for them, by the way. Certainly will boost their championship chances. John's Backdoor is here. Good evening. I've often wondered, is John's Backdoor wooden or plastic or aluminium or just a big steel door? I don't know. We've never really found out.
At least it's not a sexual reference.
Sorry?
Yeah. It might be.
At least it's not.
Okay. Thanks, you two.
Yeah.
Oh,
First, it offended one group already.
well, why not?
We had left it to the imagination, but it's been.
Yeah, clearly that is not an imagination anymore. Thanks to our, foreign-based dirty bastards. Jordan, good evening to you. Paul Sales, good evening. Spike Milligan, evening. Hope you're well. John Green, good evening. Peter Helmsley, good evening. Lots of new names I'm seeing in here as well, which is really good. Peter says, evening all. Is it really Friday again? Already? Wow, man. Life is motoring by now. It is motoring along like the Toon Review tour bus heading to Wembley. Listen, let's not get carried away here. Like our old friends, Billy, down the road in Manchester, who think they've already won the cup.
Yeah, exactly. And they've booked up hotels in London. Well, actually, they don't, haven't they? Already live there, so.
Well, they already live there, yeah. They haven't really got far to travel, have they?
It's not so much of a problem for them, yeah. I mean, a lot of Man United fans are the impression that Man United Arsenal is a local derby because they literally have to walk outside the house and walk over to the Emirates to get to the game. So, yeah, they think they've won it already. But
good evening, Manchester.
They think they've won the league.
I mean, just because, just because they've beaten the Swan United and the Dog and Duck, they think because they've beaten them that they're on the way to the title, man. It's unbelievable. I really hope they get walloped tomorrow. I really do. I just
come on, City.
Come on, City. Jordan says between now and Cup final, Man United have a total of 11 games to our 7. One FA Cup, 1 game in hand, and 2 against Barcelona. The second one being 3 days before the final.
Yeah. Now they've already won. They've already won all them.
Well, yeah. I mean, how it, Jordan? Man United, go and look at what Man United fans are saying. They're going to beat Barca by at least 6 goals on aggregate. They're going to be super fit. They won't have any fatigue because they don't have fatigue in Manchester. Just all that rain makes them we don't have fatigue.
I mean, best case scenario is Barca beat them like 1-0 in the first leg, and then they're going to actually have to think about what they want, because then they'll have to decide: do we play the strongest team for the second leg and try and beat Barca, or do we keep players available for the cup? Well, we need to beat Southampton first, so let's not get carried away.
Well, yeah, exactly. I mean, that's what Time Lord's saying here. Got to beat Southampton first, so stop thinking ahead. But come on, should we be beating Southampton over 2 legs?
I mean, the goalkeeper who's conceded the most in the league with 33 goals conceded is Gavin Bazunu, who is Southampton's goalkeeper. Look, so they have conceded, just him alone, just him has conceded 3 times more than us as a team. So
exactly,
it's going to be very frustrating if we can't get past them.
Yeah, and as Jimmy said, I mean, Jimmy, do you want to say what you think of Southampton again, just for all the new viewers to the show?
Other than their shit.
There you go. So Jimmy is pretty confident that we're going to Wembley. Roy's already booked a flight and hotels. Billy, are you just waiting to be picked up by the tour bus?
Yes, I should be out with my thumb out and my leg on show to make sure you get on.
Please don't. I'm seeing that picture again. Don't do it. Alex, are you to review tour busing down if we get there?
Well, yeah, I'm pretty close anyway, and I've got family in London, so I'll be straight down.
Well, you've got to go on the bus. You have no reason not to get.
You can pick me up on the way through.
Listen,
I'm not driving up to the northeast to then come all the way back down.
Yeah.
He was spoiled sport.
You can sit next to Joelinton because he won't be able to drive anywhere.
Well, Jimmy, enough. We're not mentioning Joe. Listen, the bottom line is, right, we are on our way, and I'm pretty confident we're going to get there. I think fans will travel even if they don't have tickets just to experience the atmosphere in London, and around Wembley on the day. I'll gladly sit outside Wembley Stadium if I don't get a ticket. We can broadcast live, as Billy said last night. We can do a live stream from outside of Wembley and stuff like that. So it'll be good fun, whatever it's. Andrew says Man United already think they've won the cup. Let them. Barbara, good evening to you. James, good evening. Simon says Garan Kowal on the bench for Hearts tonight. Good luck to the lad. Yeah, I think he'll get on as well.
His little picture walking into the stadium, didn't they? So
yeah, and I think you'll get about half an hour tonight, so it'll be very interesting. David Smith, thank you for your £4.49 super chat. He says, "Feet on the ground, please, chaps. Last week we couldn't beat a Division 3 team, and that wasn't our full strength team.
Because look what we put out.
We put Jamal Lewis out.
We put Chris Feces out.
Yeah, we put Jamal Lascelles on the pitch. Come on. This is different. By all means, we shouldn't underestimate Southampton, but given the form this season between the two sides, we should be beating them over 2 legs.
And we've got 2 legs, yeah. We
put 4 past them and we played shite.
Yeah, we weren't great at Southampton. Actually, Billy, you're right, weren't we? We didn't play well down there. We weren't great, and we still hammered them. So I'm not sure. Heath says, "Hello, Paul. It was my dad's 50th birthday. Can we get a happy birthday, Paul, please?" Happy birthday to Heath's dad. Happy 50th. You've even got Jimmy singing. So yes, well played, sir. 50 not out. And
let's get down. To the birthday.
Okay. Thanks, Jimmy. Jim says, good evening. Mary says, good evening. Les says he's looking forward to seeing Roy do the burn dance. Hey, there it is.
I hope my internet freezes.
No, that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. Good evening, Mrs. Toon Review. Susan is especially tuning in to see the dance as well, Roy. Let's see how those hips don't lie. Clive says the Irish Even Knievel tried to jump 27 motorbikes in a double-decker bus. He only got halfway. Some bastard rung the bell. Yeah, that's a good one, actually. That is a good one. Good evening, Ireland. Oh, dear. Speaking of Irish, Barbara, good evening. Hope you're well. Craig says he's had his 4 hours sleep and he's back again for the show. Thank you, Craig. That's quality dedication over there. I think he said it was 1 o'clock in the morning during our transfer show earlier. So definitely putting a shift into day to watch us. Jason says, I just got to say, watched your content since the takeover. And you are by far the most entertaining NUFC channel going. Please keep up the good work. Thank you very much, Jason. Really appreciate that. Let's have a look. Trossard, problems at Brighton, coming to NUFC, says Ian.
Oh, yeah, a load of people have messaged me about this evening. I haven't had a chance to reply to anyone, sorry.
Trossard, Billy, would you have him?
Yeah, I would, yeah. He's an excellent player. Anyone would have him. He's a great player.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I think he would as well. But does this not show he's got a little sort of dodgy temperament, if this is the case? Because apparently it was because he wasn't starting in the FA Cup game. That's how the falling out started. So we're led to believe.
If he wants to play every week, that's kind of a good thing to have, I think. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm into that.
Yeah, I suppose so, yeah. We have a new member, Craig Wright. Thank you for becoming a new member. Welcome to Members Club, my friend, and thank you for your support on the channel. Really appreciate that. James says, go on, Roy, do it for the lads. He's doing it. He's doing it. Good evening, gents.
Well, you've got trousers and boxers on.
I've got jeans on.
Oh, you're all right then.
Billy.
I'll still do it for the lasses, like. So.
Away, man.
The perfect music to do it to would be obviously the dancing cow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, you can. I don't know. I don't think I can get that music on without covering the screen, though. That's the problem. Damn it.
I've got it on my phone.
Oh, God.
There you go. That's the way to do it.
Robert says, good evening, gents. I think you all should do the Bernie.
Yes.
No, it can't happen. My hips are gone. Done. Finished.
My whole body's gone, so you ain't get shit. You can get a goddamn thing out of me.
I popped a Viagra earlier. I probably knocked the camera over.
Oh.
I'll not ask why you did that, Billy. But anyway, Simon says, just pretend you're doing the opening sequence to Tales of the Unexpected. Oh, my God.
I'll try.
Yeah. Oh, my God. That is some scary shit. Chippers, thanks for your £10 super chat. He just says, evening, Dan Botman. Oh, like you've never made a mistake, Chippers. Well, at least I'm not a virgin, sunshine. But thank you for your donation. The big right hand is back with his regular joke. He says, Paul, what's a tick of the Eiffel Tower have in common? They're both parasites.
Oh, crikey. That's him fine.
Oh, Jesus. Boris thinks we should concentrate on a game with Fulham rather than looking ahead to the final. Boris, you seem a little grumpy tonight. I mean, come on. Let's get with it. You know,
to be excited, isn't it? It's been a while.
Yeah, of course we're going to be excited about something we've never taken part in bloody God knows how long. You know.
I just checked Trossard as well, by the way.
Yeah.
You can kind of see why he's a bit annoyed because he's just turned 28 years old. He's on 40k a week. He's a heavily capped international, good player. He's probably, he's not gonna. Is he gonna grow any more at Brighton? Probably not. So he's probably just he probably wants to move to a bigger club and he wants a bigger wage packet. He deserves one, to be fair, based on his form.
Yeah,
there's people. He's better than a lot of people who are earning 100 grand, like Chris Wood, and he's only on 40. So, I don't blame him, to be fair, for being a little bit frustrated.
Do you know what I think? I think Caviani's funding some of Chris Wood's wages. I really do.
I wouldn't give him a penny.
I tell you what, I bet you any money. I bet McAllister's on less money than
probably
a World Cup winner. Yeah,
I bet
Jeff Hendrick.
If I can spell his name.
Oh, God. Who is that?
Paul Dummett's probably on more money than him.
I come from Sunderland and I'm in bed with his sister.
Oh, don't give me Klopp. Klopp's been winning. I can't be bothered with Klopp. No more Klopp.
Well, that wasn't Klopp.
I know, but it just reminded me of Klopp, and he's whinging again.
My name's Ross Stewart, and I'm the Sunderland striker. Scored 5 goals in one game.
He's on 500 quid a week.
Yeah, Alexis McAllister's on 50 grand a week, and he's just won the World Cup. So Chris Wood is earning twice the money of the World Cup winner, Alexis McAllister. Oh my God,
that's just so wrong in every single.
I can literally hear Pete Davies' soul crumbling.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, absolutely. Andrew says, I've just heard on the BBC that Dan Burn could be out for 12 weeks. Apparently, he's been offered the chance to go for the Strictly Dancing Glitter Ball. Oh, dear God. McDunk, good evening to you. Mary tried doing it, but her joints went a funny shade. People with arthritis shouldn't go. Well, I suggest you don't try that again, Mary.
Purple is what she was trying to type there.
Yeah. KB, good evening to you. Great idea, or if they all do it, it will be like a James Bond title sequence.
It fucking won't be, believe me.
It couldn't be further from it.
It'll be like a cement mixer spewing out porridge. That's what it'll be like.
Oh, God.
Like the Flintstones.
Yeah. Well, it wouldn't be great viewing, put it that way. It really wouldn't. But Roy, the sexy Persian there, the ladies, he's just going to do it for the ladies. Julie says that she can do the burn just without falling over. Well, that's impressive, to be honest, because Jim thought Billy was having a stroke earlier on.
How do you know I wasn't? You know what I mean?
Mark says we will beat Southampton home and away. Martian Leader, good evening to you. I like coffee, good evening. Hi, Paul, Billy, Alex, Jimmy, Roy, and all my favourite. James says, who a quiz? Well, yeah, I mean, if people who didn't watch it last week, what we do is the last part of the show, the link comes onto your chat. You can hit it and come into the green room and you can get on live with us. And it's first to 2 or best of 3 to win a prize.
It only costs £5.
But last week, Alex made me have to give away a lot of mugs last week because he was shocking.
Which is why it costs £5.
Yeah. Andrew says, Jimmy, you're still more mobile than Harry Maguire.
Well, that's true.
Yeah. James says it's time for the Geordie chase. Sean says he's going to Wembley on the Toon Review bus. Okay.
It's a short bus, but
we're going to have to get a bigger bus.
We may have to get a trailer and stick the rabble in the trailer. Frau says, I really fancy winning the League Cup. Who should we be scared of? Man United are 2 games away from a crisis.
Well, they've got 11 games in 6 weeks. We've got 7 games in 6 weeks. So that's 4 extra games, especially the one 3 days before the final.
Yeah, absolutely. Stu's coming out with some crackers now. He says, I had a happy childhood. My dad used to put me in tyres and roll me down the hills. The good years. Dear me. Do you think Howe will rest a few players in the Palace game 3 days before Southampton? Billy?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
No. Because Southampton, they have a game as well.
They do.
Yeah, I don't think
they're trying to stay up as well, so I think they'll field the full team in a league game.
Yeah, yeah. Julie says it wouldn't be fair for her to join again. She does love her. Hey, you can come back on and win. You know, we don't say just because you've won last time you can't come back on. You're very welcome to come back on. Tom says there's a big difference between trivia and stats, though, to be fair. Oh, so he's backing Alex up there. Oh, there you go. Yeah.
I saw some hair turn grey.
Yeah, no chance with Alex. Martian says I booked the 26th and 27th of February off work in case we get to the final. Evening to B. Taylor. Rachel says getting better. Good. First day without the headache, so result. Good, Rach. Good to see you on the recovery. Just put ASM in his proper position. Simples. Ian Husloff. I thought that was almost a Hasselhoff. Even though would love to see Kefran Turam in. Free up Joe Willock. He looks dangerous on the ball. We haven't heard anything on Kefran Turam. It's I don't know if we're actually even interested, to be honest.
Manchester United are rumoured to be interested, but they're rumoured to be interested in every fucker, aren't they? So let's be honest.
Yeah. Even though they don't spend money, Billy. I mean, me and Alex were talking about this afternoon. The money they've spent is absolutely ridiculous, but yet the Man United
over the past 10 years, isn't it? It's something ridiculous.
Yeah.
5 years, something ridiculous. Yeah.
400 million for Chelsea across one season. That's one season.
I'm a bit uneasy about this. I'm a bit uneasy about why Chelsea had all their stuff kind of took away when they made Abramovich sell the club, didn't they? The FFP started from scratch, and I don't get why. I don't understand why. I really don't. I don't get it. I just don't get it. It just seems.
Well, they're not going to be able to spend anything for the next 2 seasons if FFP is real, because they've essentially spanked a 3-year rolling sort of what do you call it, a cap. They must be at that already in year 1. So they but
they started from scratch, Alex, didn't they? Once Abramovich had to sell the club, they let them start from scratch. So anything Abramovich spent was nothing. So they're starting from zero.
Yeah, but they've still spent 400
million.
They've
spent loads. Yeah, they've spent loads. They have.
So what are they going to do in season 2 and 3?
Who knows? Night and Eight Gaming says, I thought Eddie said during the press conference, no plans to sign as in a watching mode at the moment. Eddie can say that. You know, because he's not going to come out and tell us, you know, if we're in for anybody, because that's just not how the new owners and or Eddie Howe, for that matter, does things anymore. Certainly with signings, everything's kept behind the closed doors. I mean, look at Dan Byrne. Look at, dare I say it, Chris Wood. Those are that came out of the blue. So we just don't know. But I mean, Roy, you're best mates with Chris Wood. I mean, is he staying? Is he going? Is he what's he doing?
Well, he's got 1 year contract left, and I don't think anyone's going to give him 100,000 a week.
We got 18 months.
We're stuck with him. Yeah, so we're stuck till June 24.
God. Oh. Yeah. Shazria says, what the hell is wrong with you, man? Talking to Sean. I love this show, but I'm never turning down a date for anything. Now get out there and make your woman happy. Yeah, he's just, you know, that's a comment that came in just before there. That's Sean's given up half the date night to watch the show. I don't think his missus will be very happy.
Well, maybe it's just the foreplay part of the date. You know?
Oh, here we go. Here we go. What do you mean by that?
That's half the date. I mean, yeah, he might be getting down to business. You know, on the other half.
Let's get down. Let's get down for business.
Perhaps he's got a bit of arthritis in his fingers and his tongue.
Oh my God, Billy! Really? I mean, that's terrible. Julie says, "Will Paul be arriving at Wembley in a gilded chariot pulled by golden camels?" Yes, I will, because Roy Caviani will be dressed as a Roman god, oiled up, pulling my chariot into Trafalgar Square.
What should I be oiled up?
For the ladies, Roy. For the ladies.
Oh yeah, okay.
And you know, we'll do a Toon review live from Trafalgar Square. You know, surrounded by camels.
I've got a message for the ladies as well.
The
oil's edible. It's water based.
Wow.
You mentioned Trafalgar Square.
Don't tell Penny. Don't tell Penny.
Don't tell Penny. You what, Billy?
You mentioned Trafalgar Square there. I just had to look down at Nelson's column.
Wow.
Just don't get in a fountain like the Mackhams did, for God's sake, because I was in
London.
As long as I'm not doing any of that.
Yeah, nah.
Green.
Apparently, we've got Ty from Arsenal Fans TV, who also says you guys parked the bus against us.
No one ever you about that.
Yeah. Foxy says Man United won't even make the final, so it's irrelevant. Forest will shock them. I would laugh my ass off if that happened. It would be so funny.
How many do you reckon they'll get on the Arsenal bus to the Carabao Cup final?
We're talking of parking bus. Can we park our bus at the Emirates for Wembley? Toy?
No, you can't park anywhere in London.
No,
especially not around there.
Yeah, definitely. Well, he's back again, actually, guys. It's Ty from Arsenal Fans TV, Paul. I am sorry for all the hurtful things I said about you. Well, you didn't say anything about me, mate. You just said about the club. But, you know, it is what it is. Jimmy has jumped in his TARDIS and has reappeared in a different part of the world, everybody. Peter says, if we can't beat Southampton over 2 legs, I'll show my arse in Fenwick's window. I mean, a lot of people have threatened to show their asses, but it really doesn't take fruition, me included. But, you know, I had a genuine reason for that. I didn't want to lose my channel and offend millions of people by sticking my ass on the telly.
You could have just done it. You didn't need it to recording.
But what's the point of that if nobody's going to see it?
But there will be people see it, won't there?
Well, who?
Well, just the people around at the time, and it would embarrass you in the moment. It doesn't have to be on the channel.
Alex, do you really think something like that would embarrass me? Listen, I spend my life embarrassing the hell out of Susan walking around a shop, so it wouldn't bother me at all. AD said he'd be happy just sitting outside, taking in the atmosphere. Craig's been a fan for 45 years. Rich wants to know, has Jimmy been kidnapped by Ryan and is being held in his man cave?
He's a bit dark.
Well, he's back now. I can see Jimmy now. Trevor wants to know if there's any room on the bus for him. Oh, God, it's getting... I tell you what,
We're going to have to hire a plane.
Well, at this rate, we are.
Raffle off the seats.
Well, maybe, Roy, you must know a few airlines, and I'm sure, you could hire us a Qatar 777.
I hope so. Yeah, I'll do a few phone calls, see what they give me.
Absolutely. TTR Airbus, courtesy of Roy Airways, says Paul. Barbara says, I'd say the atmosphere would probably be better in Newcastle on Cup final day. Yeah, but you want to experience that Wembley atmosphere, though. Lee says it's going to be Forest Newcastle in the final. Carlos has offered to drive the bus to Wembley. Sean says there will be a huge fight for tickets, plenty of disappointment. Yeah, look, whatever happens with that, I guess we'll just wait and see. Julie was looking at tickets today, prices for the Carabao. They ain't cheap. Let's be honest. Devon's definitely going to do the dance if we win the cup. Francisco, good evening. Hello to the outsiders. Chat and mods from a very warm and sunny Caribbean, 84 degrees Fahrenheit.
28 degrees then.
Let our guts rip from laughter. Love you all, guys. Oh, Caribbean man, where's our rum? Where is it?
Why is the rum gone?
We header says, I live amongst the last major human community on Earth. Any chance of the bus swinging around to pick me up? Your longest distance fan.
Are you from Manchester?
Oh gee. Who knows? Who knows?
No, he's from New Zealand, isn't he? He's the guy who lives on the cluster of. Is it New Zealand? I think we looked at it, didn't we?
Yeah,
we looked into it. It was a cluster of islands off New Zealand.
Something like that. Irishman bought a microwave bed. He had 8 hours of sleep in 3 minutes. Jesus wept. Oh, God. By the way, it's not Ty, guys. Don't call him. It's not him. It's really not. Arsenal have been fined £40,000. Do we get any cash? No. I think we can bet better than Trossard, says Vincent, but I'd take him. Well, Trossard's a really, really good player. A really good player.
It's not. You're asking the wrong questions. Again, is he better than Fraser and Murphy? The answer is yes. That's the important question.
Well, yeah. Plus, let's not forget, Dan Ashworth in this with Trossard. He could, he could have a very good time with it. It's a renew. Paul had to pause over. That's fine, matey. That's fine. Welcome back. Tangy says Billy popped the Viagra earlier. He must be hard up. Oh, Jesus.
No, the reason why I popped it was I got a bit of sunburn. I want to keep the quilt off me.
Do you know what? It's a sad state of the jokes are getting worse, man. I mean, Ian saying there, is it sad that I love the jokes? Probably, yes. Alistair says, I think you should all do the bunny. I presume he means the Bernie. But no, that is not happening. Arteta manager of the month because his touchline dance was thought to be better than Burns. His little bit of a huff. Yeah. Can't believe Trossard is 28, though he was only about 23 or 24 marks. Would definitely have him at the Toon, though, says Darren. No windmills, please. I don't have a magnifying glass. That's harsh, Jules. That's harsh. Trossard agent put a statement out saying he won't play for Brighton again. Well, yeah, I mean, we've heard plenty of agents come out with that. Klopp crying on his pre-match press conference again. Yeah, as usual, the usual shite. Chipper says that Roy would do a striptease for Chris Wood. He's probably already done it. That's why he got a picture with him.
You'd be safe, though. We'll no chance of a happy ending with him.
No.
Yeah.
He'll probably miss my butthole every single time.
Oh.
Oh, well, that was a good...
If you can't have a 6-yard wide target, you've got no chance of that.
Oh, that's interesting, Alex. 13 minutes ago, Craig Hope reporting that Newcastle are interested in Wolves midfielder Ruben Neves. and are monitoring the situation with 18 months left on his contract. Now, he is a player that I really like. I love Ruben Neves.
Yeah. I liked him until he was complaining about saying we were playing long balls and stuff when we come through.
Well, look, that's just frustration because they didn't win the game.
The funny thing was, he said that as he was the current league leader for long balls, which was the funny thing about it.
Yeah. Jens says, good evening, everyone from North Norway. Bloody hell, I bet it's cold out there. Oh,
yeah, I'm not going to moan about the cold again.
Absolutely. Julie says, will the two bus be stopping to aid or kidnap any grannies? Only if we pick you up, Julie.
Wow.
I'm going to turn my phone off now because that's going to start blowing up in the group chat, isn't it?
Well, I'm sorry, but she makes it. She went at me for kidnapping grannies. I'm going to get my own back. I think she'll laugh at that because that was a very quick comeback for me. Tom says, I nearly put him in timeout there. I don't know how much longer I'll use my calendar. Its days are numbered. Oh, they're getting worse. Francisco says, if we pick up Jimmy, what the hell do we do with the squirrels? Well, you'll have to dress the squirrels in little black white scarves, Jimmy, won't you?
I'm staying away from all that. I had a backdoor joke. I was going to say, but
oh my God! Les H says we've had the Geordie dancer. Now Roy's the Dubai dancer. Well, he's in Qatar, so you've had a nightmare, Les. Patrick says about
Doha dancer. Yeah.
Doha dancer, yes. There's Patrick mentioning about Ruben Neves as well. Ian says, have you seen the price of the final tickets? I mean, it is ridiculous, isn't it? I mean, the price of the tickets for the cup final is absolutely extortionate, starting from 95 quid. I mean, it's a football match, isn't it? You know, I mean, 95. I know people like Roy, you know, can just pick that out of his pocket anytime he wants, but you know, for people like for normal folk, it's really expensive, isn't it?
Can we buy them already now, or do you have to wait? Or
I don't actually know. I've just seen it. It's not through. I don't think that's. I think that's through Carabao, to be honest. But I guess we'd have to wait because the club would probably sell them first. I would have thought, and then go from there because obviously that's how the club would deal with the season ticket holders. Anyway. Wes says it'd be great if they put the burn. Billy, stop sniggering. It would be great if they put the burn dance on the big screen at St James's Park with "He's from Blythe. You'll never ever beat Dan Burn." Would be class. Yes, it would. Foxy's not sure about Ruben Neves. Yes, I'd take him. I've been a big fan of Ruben Neves for a long time. Is he better than Longstaff? I think he is.
Yes.
So therefore, he strengthens our squad. Simple as that.
He'd be a 6 though, surely.
Well, that would push Bruno forwards. Yeah. I mean, let's not forget, Ruben Neves has scored some incredible goals as well over his career at Wolves. I mean, you know, he knows where the net is as well. Alistair says, I think we should all have the TTR Colville Town to London. Marksman says, I'm in London anyway, so if we get there and I get a ticket, I can go by tube with all the Man United fans who have no clue where Manchester is. Very good point.
I thought Ruben Neves was old, but he's only 25.
Yeah, he's young. He's young.
Yeah.
Everybody thinks he was. Yeah, I get what you're saying, Billy, because everybody that I spoke to about Neves, when I first mentioned him a while back, they're all saying, "Oh, he's too old." He's a youngster.
He's on 50 grand a week. He's got 18 months left of his contract. He's 25 and 300 days old.
There you go.
So almost 26.
And something that will this is gonna excite people and then immediately put everyone off. So his 5th statistical match is Declan Rice, which is quite positive. His 3rd statistical match is Bentaleb.
You know.
Wow.
He's better than Bentaleb, though, isn't he? Fuck me, he's a lot better
He's
than
considerably better than Bentaleb. Yeah, his numbers are pretty impressive. We'll put a pin in it. If it gets any more traction, he'll be in the next show.
Frau says to not get a face wash or any kind of wash in the fountains in London. Absolutely, after the Markhams have been there, it's the only time they, of course, had managed to have a bath. Yeah, So yeah,
and worse.
Absolutely. Rani Granny's back. She's back.
She's escaped.
Roy.
I'm back. Sorry, Paul. Had me stuck in his attic and stole my mobility scooter. Ian says there'll be a queue in Fenwick's window. Think of all those smudge marks on. I don't really want to. Oh, God. Devin says we'll need a TTR train, never mind a minibus, guys. It's certainly looking that way. Frau says, I love this optimism from everyone. 15 years of abject misery and now a semi-final. Exactly. The Toon bus is coming and everybody's jumping. Get the corporate table, says Craig. TTR convoy. Ian says TTR logistics corps, minibuses, coaches, aircraft, and roll-on, roll-off ferries. All purchased by Roy Caviani. The room might arrive when you reply to my emails. Listen, you can imagine how many emails I get every day, Francisco. Listen, bear with me, man. Bear with me. Hope we get Trossard since he's out of favour with club and coach. Sean says, I'll finish my date with the missus on the TTR bus to Wembley. Oh, dear. I'm a bit worried about that comment, actually. I'm not sure how that would go. Jimmy, what do you think he means by that?
I'll refrain from comment.
It depends if we're booking a party bus or a PG bus.
At least someone's going to score, though.
Yeah.
We'll have none of that. We'll have none of that on the bus.
Yeah, it's a spunk-free zone.
Oh, God Almighty! Oh, dear God!
Americans, isn't it?
It's always the bloody Yanks. It's always the Americans.
Straight to the point.
Lower the tone. Lower the tone on the show.
Get on the jizz bus.
Oh, God. You see, then he jumps in, man. It's the two of them. Joshua says, I fly the Airbus A320s. If you need a pilot, let me know. Right, pilot sorted. Joshua. So we've got a pilot.
Have you cancelled Jimmy?
No, I haven't. He's just, I think his electric's gone off or something. Because I don't know what's happened to him. There he is. You know, he keeps moving around.
I know. My mom fucking called. God love her, but this isn't the time.
It's certainly not the time.
She probably heard me say spunk on the air.
I don't think she'd approve of the bus.
God, if someone just switched the show on there and heard Jimmy just finish that sentence going spunk in the air, people will have no idea what anybody is talking about. Oh, Jesus. Foxy says, great goal from him. Napoli, very impressive this season. That's all right, Alex. Thank you very much. Mr. Spoon is here. What have I missed? Well, you've missed quite a lot in the 43 minutes. Geordie Boy says, why do I think the bus will look like a St. Trinian's day out? Absolutely fucking not.
You speak for yourself.
God almighty. Ah, Jesus. Rachel says, very quick, Paul, but as my dad says, it's a funny way to die. I'm not... okay, this is a very strange username, but yeah.
A young Fred Astaire.
Fred Astaire.
Yeah. Lee says, hiya guys, hope you're all well. A question for you. Do you think Jared Bourne from West Ham would be a good signing for Newcastle? Well, he would have. I mean, there's stories going around about him being in the service station waiting for his move to Newcastle to happen, which ended up not. Do we believe that? Do we not?
Yeah, definitely. I think everything was set to go through until Hull realised that Mike actually had to spend money to get him, so that was the end of it. Yeah, because he wanted to come, didn't he?
Yeah.
I wouldn't take him now. I think there's better.
No. Tom says we'll need a fleet of double-deckers. Chris from Leicester Till I Die says you've got to fancy yourself to get to the final. Good luck, guys. Go and win it. Thanks, Chris. We will try.
I just mentioned I was in the pub for a drink about 6 o'clock, and there was a guy in there that is a Leicester fan that I was speaking to before we played them in the Premier League. So this was before the 3-0 in the Premier League, and he was bigging them up and all of this. And then obviously since then we've beaten them 3-0 in the league, 2-0 in the cup. And he wasn't particularly interested in a conversation. It was quite amusing.
You have that way with people.
But yes, he does. Francisco says, talk to the Iron Maiden dude and ask to rent the plane. Who's the Iron Maiden dude?
Eddie.
Eddie who?
Stranger Things, Eddie?
Eddie.
He means ACDC, don't he?
All right, move on.
Brian Johnson, maybe. It's ACDC.
Oh, Francisco, you've had a story there. Linking Iron Maiden with ACDC. Come on. Wow. Iron Maiden, you comparing ACDC is Barcelona. Iron Maiden are Luton Town. Simple as that. My
I'm not
God.
going to go that far.
Well, I am. James says, I think we would all love to see the mighty Geordie Toon army descend upon London. Absolutely. It's been far too long.
I love the choice of words there, descend. Descend upon London.
Descend, like just soldiers. Julie says, that's okay, Paul. Sugar plum. You just keep digging. I don't have to dig. You made the first dig. I got it's evens. It's 1-1. Simple as that. Okay, let's get back to Fulham. Any score predict? We did Fulham last night, well, in a way we did. Ttr Friday is a little more relaxed. But anyway, it is time for the beef of Mr. Billy Trey. So it's everybody's favorite part of the week. It's the dancing cow. Born to be alive.
Born to be alive.
Yeah. Would-be Farmer says, I'm a new subscriber here. Our Friday is always out of control on this channel. Yes, that is why we do it. It's just a different type of show, just to have a laugh with everybody and take our minds, have an end of the week in a bit of a laugh and a bit of a let your hair down kind of show. And that's why we got those two monstrosities on the bottom there.
Yes, because we came in through the back door.
Yes, always lower the tone. Right, Billy, what's your beef this week, my friend?
Do you know what? It's been such a great week with us qualifying for the semi-finals of the Carabao Cup. I'm going to do a nice thing this week. I saw a really nice story today, football-wise, and it's Sebastian Haller, who's been suffering, as I don't know if people know, he's had testicular cancer. Really suffered the past 6 months or so.
Yeah.
Made his comeback today in a friendly against Basel or whatever you want to call it. And he scored a hat-trick. So, I just thought, I didn't really rate him at West Ham, but he's at Dortmund now and he's come back from testicular cancer. Fantastic thing for him to do and score a hat-trick on his return. I think it just touched the heartstrings a bit. So, I'm going to give a big thumbs up for Sebastian Haller. And that's my beef, which isn't really a beef this week.
Well, it's definitely not a beef, but thank you very much, Billy. That is a very nice story. Apparently, Bruce Dickinson of Iron Maiden is a qualified airline pilot. And he owns his own aircraft. Jason says that AC/DC still top of the rock tree. Absolutely. Wow. Spike Milligan, thank you for your £100 super chat. That is incredible. Thank you so much, Spike. A massive donator to the channel. Thank you so much. That is so kind. Alex, I've got no idea what you're saying because your mic's not on.
Billy froze mid-clap and it was just quite amusing. It was...
But Spike, thank you very, very much. Really appreciate that, buddy. And thank you for your continued donations. And we've got another £10 come in from Malcolm Taylor. Thank you very much. He says, "Hey, hi guys. Iron Maiden's lead singer Bruce Dickinson is a qualified pilot, and he often flew the band around when they were on tour." Well, there you go. We have learned something new tonight. Everybody's put okay. Francisco. I knew this was coming because obviously I told him he'd had a Castoria. Oh dear. Bruce Dickinson, Google it, Alex. Paul, take your face for a you know what. Tag your Castoria move. Touche.
Bruce Dickinson's got absolutely nothing to do with Newcastle United. Brian Johnson has.
Well, yeah, Brian Johnson's a Newcastle fan, isn't he? And he's so there you go. Yeah. And to be honest, Bruce Dickinson must be getting on now.
Must be 80 at least.
Yeah. Would we really want him? Let's not go there. Dancing Cow was born to be alive. Rachel with the cow emojis. People love the cow. They love the cow. Craig Hope said, "We are monitoring." Yes, thank you, Clone Lad. Big Right Hand says, "Have any of you, the lads, tried Naka Laka? Apparently, it's luster for your cluster." What the hell is he on about, man? I don't know. I don't know what he's talking about. Right. Let's see if anything happens with this one tonight.
So, you just had to open your big damn mouth, did you?
What a shame.
Well, now it's time for all those know-it-alls out there
Shameful display!
to get shamed by Stato.
No.
Are we shaming anybody this week, Alex?
Yeah, Klopp.
Oh yes, let's go.
I'm just completely bored of how he treats anybody who pushes against anything. When Eddie Howe got questions, political questions, government questions, regime questions, he's got to try and give his best answer and be polite, but it seems like anybody asks something even slightly, "Oh, Mr. Klopp, your hair's slightly out of a line." Oh God, all hell breaks loose, and it's quite frankly, it's pathetic. And he attacked a journalist today, fully attacked a journalist, and went, "You've been here, must have had 6,000 press conferences for Liverpool, and you've been here for 5,999 of them. Why you ask me these questions? You know the answers to these questions about money. You want me to say the same things about money?" It's a joke. It's ridiculous. He's just a petulant child at this point. I mean, the transfers in for Liverpool this year, obviously 80 million euros for Darwin Nunez, 42 million for Cody Gakpo. So that's 122 million euros for a striker and a winger. That's 120 mil for two players. That's astronomical. That is huge, and that's fairly in line with what he's essentially saying is unachievable and is abhorrent. And we haven't spent that. We can't spend 120 million on two players, and we haven't done that because we can't afford it. If you combine two of our biggest spends together. Let's say, for example, if we pop Bruno and Isak together, that's 100, and that wasn't even in the same season either. So it's just outrageous. And when you combine that with the fact they're attracting young talent because they're Liverpool, they got Carvalho for 6 million, Calvin Ramsey for 5 million. They got some loans in, Arthur Melo as well from Juventus, who hasn't played at all for whatever funny reason.
I've heard he's a very, very chilled out guy. Him.
Well, it probably is because he doesn't play.
Well, at least I got a snigger off Billy, so I know it was kind of funny. But there you go. But thank you very much for bringing Klopp into it again. I mean, he must have been shamed by you many, many times over the course.
It's normally other people that shame Klopp. I don't typically go for Klopp, but I'm just getting bored of it now.
Yeah.
Because at least I don't like the way Arteta's behaved, but at least it's just raw passion on the pitch. Whereas Klopp's just whinging like a little child constantly. You know,
Well,
at least some of the other managers are doing it on the pitch with energy and emotion, where he's just complaining.
Yeah. Right, guys, the link to join us is pinned at the top of the live chat. So if you want to come on live and try and beat one of us in a questions best of 3 to win something, get yourself on now. You just click the link, you come through into StreamYard, put your details in. You don't have to switch your camera on if you don't want to. You can just have your mic on and take on one of us to win a prize. So just wait for the first one to come in. It is pinned at the top, guys. Hit the link and you can come on, answer a couple of questions against one of us. You can pick who you want. Once you come on, you can tell us who you want to play against and then battle it out to win a prize. So there you go. We will wait for the first one to come on. The excitement is on now as who's going to be first to get through and get on here and play one of us. Jimmy's looking very tentative tonight, isn't he? He's looking raring to go.
Fuck yeah.
Right, we have our first one. Wes, good evening, Wes.
Evening, lads. You all right?
Yeah, not too bad. How we doing?
Yeah, good. I just want to redeem myself from last week.
That's fine, matey. And who do you want to play against tonight?
Who's the option? Who have I got?
Well, you can. Well, Billy's disappeared for some reason, but you can take on me, Alex, Roy, or Jimmy at the minute.
I'll go with Jimmy this week.
Oh, you go. Oh, he's going with Jimmy. Billy's back. Billy, have you got a few questions there?
I haven't looked. Hang on.
Okay. We are. It's live. We'll get away with Christ.
I've got some if you want.
Okay, Alex. First question is going to be asked to Wes. So ask Wes the first question.
Okay. So, who has the most headed clearances in the Premier League this year? Is it A, Dan Burn, B, Sven Botman, C, James Tarkowski, or D, Joachim Andersen?
You said Tarkowski?
It is not. It is Andersen from Crystal Palace.
Oh. Right, come on then, Jimmy. This is your question.
Okay, let's make sure we have a good one for him.
Christ, take your time, Alex. We've got our neat man.
So, most through balls in the Premier League is currently 18. So, most through balls. And your options are Kieran Trippier, Bruno Guimaraes, Martin Odegaard, or Kevin De Bruyne.
Odegaard.
It is De Bruyne with the 18.
Right, man! Okay, Wes, you ready for your next question?
Yes, ready.
Go on then, Alex.
Okay, we'll go with most crosses. Most crosses this season. We've got Trent, Trippier, De Bruyne, or James Ward-Prowse.
Five, four.
Trippier.
It's gone with Trippier.
It is Trippier with 168 crosses.
Right, Jimmy, you need to get this right, or Wes has won again. Come on then, Alex.
Okay, so who has played more minutes in the Premier League this season? You got James Ward-Prowse, Nick Pope, Declan Rice, or Tim Ream.
I'm going to take a flyer and say Tim Ream.
It is Tim Ream.
Yes! Jimmy Love!
USA!
I think it's because they played an extra game. He's on 1,760
minutes. Sorry, Wes.
And he's 90 years old.
Sorry, Wes, you didn't quite get over the line tonight, but thanks for coming on, buddy.
Yeah, that's what you
Take
get.
care.
Yeah, don't ever take me on again.
Yeah, Jimmy's on a roll. Right, next on we got Barbara. Good evening, Bobs. Yes, how are you doing?
I'm good, and yourself?
Yeah, not too bad. Who are you wanting to take on tonight?
I'll take on Roy.
You're taking on Roy. Okay, Billy.
Yep.
First question to Barbara.
Okay, Barbara. How much did Newcastle United receive for selling Iosi Perez? Was it 16 million, 22.5 million, 27 million, or 30.06 million?
Say them again. Sorry, a bit of interference there.
16 million, 22.5 million, 27 million, or 30.06 million?
22 million.
Wrong.
30.06.
Oh. Right, come on, Roy.
Roy, which player was the club's most expensive signing in 99-2000 season? Kieran Dyer, Alan Goma, Duncan Ferguson, or Didi Hamann?
I'll go with Dyer.
Oh.
It was Kieran Dyer. Correct.
Oh, Roy, in the back of the net, son. Right, Barbara, you need to get this one right to stay in it.
Okay.
Barbara, from which club did Newcastle sign Joelinton? Was it Valencia? Was it SC Recife? Was it TSG Hoffenheim? Or was it Rapid Vienna?
Valencia, I think.
Hoffenheim.
Oh, Barbara.
Sorry, Barbara.
Never mind. Thanks for joining us, Barbara. Take care.
Where was it from?
Thank Barbara.
It was Hoffenheim.
Hoffenheim, Germany.
Thanks, Barbara.
Thank you for having me.
Good night. Right, next to we've got James. James, good evening.
How we doing?
He looks like he's ready for the boxing ring. Who do you want to take on, James?
I want to take Billy on.
Oh, Billy.
Oh.
Right, come on, Alex. Alex will ask the first question, and the first one will be to you, James. So here we go.
Okay, we'll go with yellow cards. The highest this season is 7. 7 yellow cards. And who is it that's got those 7 yellow cards? Is it Ruben Neves, Joelinton, Anthony Gordon, or Tyler Adams?
Let's go for Joelinton.
Tyler Adams.
Ruben Neves.
Oh,
Ruben Neves. Oh. Right, come on then, Billy. This is your question, Billy. Here we go.
All right, we will go with that one. Yeah, we'll go with so offsides, the most offsides this season. With 17, you've got Nunez, Ivan Toney, Vardy, or Havertz. It's with 17 offsides.
That's a lot of offsides, ain't it? Christ.
5, 4, 3.
I'll say Nunez.
It is Kai Havertz.
Oh, Billy!
here we go.
Actually, I would have said Nunez as well, to be fair. I think he might have been the obvious one. Right, next question for James.
Okay, we'll go with tackles then. I'm running out here. We'll go with tackles. So 83 is the highest number of tackles. Your options are you've got João Paulinho, Tyler Adams, Moises Caicedo, or Thomas Souček.
Oh, Souček.
It is João Paulinho from Fulham.
Never mind, James, buddy. Thanks for coming on. You can try again next week, pal. Good night. Good night. Right, next we have Dan. Dan, good evening.
Evening, guys.
How are you doing?
Good, you?
Yeah, not too bad. Who you want to take on today?
Yourself.
Oh, right. Come on, Billy.
Okie dokie.
Dan's question first.
Okay, Dan. As of 2021, who was the most expensive player Newcastle has sold? Was it Perez, Wijnaldum, Carroll, or Sissoko?
Andy Carroll.
Andy Carroll's correct.
Oh, he knows his stuff. He knows his stuff.
Okay. How much did the club receive when it sold Andy Carroll, Paul? 40 million, 36.9 million, 28.5 million, or 23 million?
36.9.
Correct.
Okay, next one for Dan.
Okay,
That's
an
mental.
03-04 season.
I'll just say he costs nearly the same as Bruno. Jesus
Yeah,
Christ.
yeah.
Oh my God.
It's terrible. Go on then.
In the 03-04 season, who was the most expensive signing? Was it Bellamy, Robert, Viana, or Woodgate?
Woodgate.
Correct.
Oh my God! Right, I've got to get this right to deny him winning the prize.
You have 2011-12 season. From which club did Newcastle United sign Papis Dembélé? Was it Schalke 04, Metz, AS Douane, or FC Freiburg?
Freiburg.
Correct.
Sorry, Dan, you got them both right, but unfortunately I did as well. But get yourself back on next week, buddy, and try again.
No worries. Cheers, guys.
Take care, Dan. Good night. Next, we have Mr. Stephen Johnson. Good evening, Steve.
Hello.
How are you doing?
All right, yourself?
Yeah, not bad. Who you want to take on this week?
I'm going to take Roy on.
Right, Billy. Hit Stephen with his first question.
Okay, Steve. What was the first international trophy that Newcastle United competed for? Was it the UEFA Euro Cup, the Anglo-Italian Cup, the UEFA Champions League, or the European Intercities Fairs Cup?
The European Intercity Fairs Cup.
Number 3, correct.
Yeah, well done, Stephen. Come on, Caviardi.
No.
Roy, which club did Newcastle United defeat to win the 1973-74 Texaco Cup? Was it Burnley, Norwich City, Dundee United, or Leicester City?
Is Leeds there?
No. Burnley, Norwich, Dundee United, or Leicester?
5.
I'll go Dundee.
It was Burnley, unfortunately.
Right, Stephen, buddy, you've got a chance to win here. If you get this one right, pal.
Steve, which year did Newcastle win the Anglo-Italian Cup? Was it 1968, 1971, 1973, or 1977?
1973.
It was 1973.
Whoa!
Steve, won a mug. Well done, Steve.
Well, I didn't necessarily say mug tonight, Billy. I said a prize.
Oh, keyring, sorry.
It could be listen, it could be a key ring, it could be a car sticker, it could be a mug. You never know. It's one of them. Stephen, email us your address, buddy, and I'll get that sent in the post for you. Well done.
Yeah, no bother. All right.
Nice one, buddy. Good night. Right, the link is up for another couple of minutes, so we've only got one in the queue. So if you want to get on, you've got a couple of minutes left to hit that link, guys, because the next one is unfortunately Chippers. Good evening, Chippers.
Hello.
And who you wanting to take on tonight?
Go on, I'll take you on because I've got no to lose.
Hey, you do realise I've got a 100% record in this quiz over 2 weeks.
Records are there to be broken, aren't they? You know what I mean?
Oh. Come on then, Billy. Fire one at Chippers.
I'm trying to find some. Hang on.
Oh my God.
Okay.
We need to be.
I've done that one already. Shit.
Oh, I've got some more if you want.
Come on, Alex.
All right, we'll go with. So, who's hit the woodwork the most this season in the Premier League? Is it Raheem Sterling, Joelinton, Jacob Murphy, or Darwin Nunez?
Jacob Murphy.
It is Darwin Nunez. With 5.
I was close like one though.
No, he's not on the list.
He wasn't even on the list. Oh, never mind. Right.
With 3.
Billy or Alex, who's asking me it?
I can go with punches if you want.
Hang on, Billy's got one.
Okay. Which player made 47 appearances in all competitions in 16-17? Shelvey, Hayden, Colback, or Diame?
Can you repeat that question, please, Billy Bob?
Which player made 47 appearances in all competitions in 16-17?
Yeah.
Shelvey, Hayden, Colback, or Diame?
Colback.
Shelvey.
Ah, feck. Shit. That means if Chippers gets it right, he's won. Who's Alex? You asked Chippers.
I've got a tough one. It's a one-answer question. So, which keeper is in the top 5 for clean sheets in the league, but has also conceded 31 goals?
I know the answer to this.
Does he get a list of players?
Nope.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Oh, no, you don't, Chippers.
I think I know it as well.
Ooh.
5, 4.
I'm going to say the Chelsea goalkeeper.
Azabalaga.
Whatever his name is,
It is actually Danny Ward.
Oh,
yeah.
Anyway, they're still playing blue, so I was even closer there. You know what I mean?
Yep. But anyway, I've got to get this one right. Even though you haven't got any right, I've got to get one right to stop you win the prize. Go on, then, Billy.
Oh, right, you want one for me now, do you? Okay.
Yes,
Which
please.
Player? Oh, we didn't that one already. Sorry, I was miles away there. How many stints did Terry McDermott have with Newcastle United?
Oh, no, this one now. Oh.
0, 1, 2, or 3?
3. 2 as a player, 1 as a coach.
You're right what you're saying. But think as a
Oh, he's got it wrong.
It's not wrong.
It's not wrong. What you've said is right, but you need to. I only need as a player.
2.
I know the answer to it. Aye.
Thank you. I remain unbeaten. What can I say? Chippers, thanks for coming on, buddy.
My boss says there.
Cheers,
Take
Sam.
care. And our final entrant for tonight is Mason. Good evening, Mason.
Evening.
How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm not too bad.
Okay, who you want to take on tonight?
I'll take on Roy.
Roy again. Right. Come on then, Billy. Question for Mason.
Okie dokie. How many games has Newcastle United played in the UEFA Europa Cup as of 2020? And by that I mean Intercities Fairs Cup, UEFA Cup, all added together. Is it 72, 65, 48, or 32?
72.
Number 8. It is 72. Well done.
Did you include the Europa League in that as well? Is that the same thing?
Yeah, all through all of it.
It's everything. Yeah. Right. Roy, come on.
Which team eliminated Newcastle in the 1998-99 UEFA Cup? Duisburg, Braga, Lausanne, or Partizan?
It was Braga.
Number 9. Partizan.
Oh,
right.
Shit, oh, dear. Right, Mason, get this right. You've won, pal. So, Billy, fire away.
Okay, which club did Newcastle United face in the 2001-02 Intertoto Cup final? Was it Monaco, Juventus, 1860 Music, or Music? Or Troyes FC, which is spelled Troyes.
Monaco.
I don't think it was. I'm pretty sure it was Troyes.
It was Troyes, wasn't it? It was Troyes, yeah. Right, Roy. You've got to get this right, Caviani, to stop Mason winning.
Let's see. Come on.
Pressure is on.
Newcastle United defeated which side in the 73 Anglo-Italian Cup final? Was it Como 1907, AS Roma, Fiorentina, or Bologna?
Bologna.
Number 17, Fiorentina.
Oh,
right! I'll make up for it with a dance.
You said it so bloody confidently. Mason, well done, pal. You have won a prize. drop us an email, Mason, with your address, and I'll get that sent out to you, buddy.
No problem. Thanks a lot.
Thank you for coming on, pal. See you soon.
Thank you. Cheers.
Good night. Roy, all I can say is you have had a Castoria tonight, my friend. Listen, I thought after Alex's performances, it could not get any worse. However, it seems to have, because the way you answered them questions there, certainly to Mason, it would seem that you were 100% confident with what you had said, and there you go. Just unbelievable. Jimmy, well played, my friend. You did the Toon review proud tonight, as with your fantastic win. I was unbeaten again. And there you go. But before we go, it is time for Roy to stand up and show us the Dan Burn dance. Here we go.
Wait, when is it gonna be? Is there any music with it?
No.
Push the laptop up far here.
Hang on, Roy, I'll try and find you something. Hang on.
Billy's trying to find some music, Roy. Just bear with us a second. 2 seconds.
Well, you can't see me knees here.
That's all right.
Ready?
Here we go, Roy. Yes! Well done, Roy. Brilliant.
I can moonwalk though.
Well, I don't want you to moonwalk, mate. Listen, you did it. You did it. Listen, I think that from now on, that should be the forfeit to us who performs really badly in the quiz. They have to do the Dan Burn dance.
Yeah,
apart from Jimmy. Jimmy can do it with his head. Listen, Jimmy, I don't think you'll ever have to do the dance. Archer's trying to get on, but I'm sorry, Archer, you're too late. You're there. But we'll see you next week, Archer. There you go.
Wow.
It's just the way the cookie crumbles on this show, unfortunately. Archer is late for everything. When I said that the final entrant is Mason, that means no more. But Archer, I'm sure will get himself on next week because he'll know some stuff. But that is it for TTR Friday this week. Thank you to Roy for throwing his hips around like that for the... he's made up for his dreadful performance in the quiz. But yeah, we hope you've enjoyed the show, guys. The quiz will be back next week, of course. Every week now we're going to do that quiz. Get you guys involved. Come on with us. Have a bit of a laugh. Obviously, don't take me and Jimmy on because we're too good at this. Billy, you won tonight, didn't you? Or did you not?
I'm undefeated without
Billy's
getting a question right.
It's just me.
Yeah. No, you and Alex are dreadful at this quiz, but it's fair to say that
I was undefeated. Right?
Well, yeah, I mean,
I knew almost all the other answers, but
nobody asked you, Alex.
Yeah, the problem is nobody asked Alex because they wanted to have a challenge. They didn't want to have an easy win, clearly. But there you go. But thank you, everybody, for your super chats and new membership tonight. We really, really do appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you to the mods. Once again, a fantastic... please send videos into Paul of doing the dance. Listen, that's not a bad. If you want to send me videos of you guys doing the Dan Burn dance, send them to me and I'll get them on the show next week. No problem at all. That's a good idea, actually, Susan. So if you want to do the Dan Burn dance, send them in to me. We'll get them up on the show next week. But thank you very much, everybody, for joining us tonight. It has been a pleasure again to spend Friday evening with you guys. Thank you to Alex, Billy, and, of course, Jimmy and Roy. We will all be back next week once again for TTR Friday. In the meantime, have a cracking weekend, guys. The next live show will be on Sunday. Day off for us all tomorrow. And I think it's well earned given the amount of shows we've done this week. But we will be back on Sunday with the watch along with Billy at 1:30 with the build-up to the game and full commentary. And then on Sunday night, we will be back with the match review. So keep an eye on the channel. Keep that notification bell on so you'll know what time that we do the review. It'll probably be around 7, 8 o'clock, but it will definitely be Sunday night. So thank you, everybody. Have a cracking weekend. Hopefully 3 points against Fulham. Take care, everybody. And it's good night from TTR Friday.
How are the lads and lasses?